We could have gotten another Indominus Rex, but instead, what we got was a marketing stunt. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about the new Jurassic World movie, Rebirth. And honestly, this one's frustrating to talk about as a longtime fan of the franchise. Now let's rewind a bit. Around a year ago when the cast was first announced and we found out that Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali were going to be in it, the fandom had mixed feelings. There was definitely some excitement because they're incredible actors, but also some hesitation. After all, Fallen Kingdom and Dominion had already burned a lot of people. The franchise that started with such a strong legacy in Jurassic Park had slowly started to feel like it was just chasing spectacle without the heart. But then the trailers started dropping, and suddenly that cautious excitement turned into full-blown hype. The mutant dinosaurs teased in the marketing, especially the D-Rex. His terrifying six-limbed hybrid monster looked absolutely insane. It had a horror vibe, something genuinely fresh and terrifying for the series. It was clear they were going for something bold. The D-Rex felt like the new Indominus Rex, but even more disturbing, more unnatural. And the way Universal Studios marketed it, you'd think the whole movie was going to revolve around this creature. But then, the movie came out, and all of that excitement, gone. The D-Rex is in the movie for what, 10 minutes max. Maybe not even that. It shows up at the very end, and that's it. It's treated like some final boss battle, but there's no real build-up to it in the story. All that marketing, all those teaser shots and creepy close-ups in the trailers, it was just bait. They used the D-Rex to sell tickets, and then completely sidelined it in the actual film. As someone who's loved this franchise since the original Jurassic Park, it genuinely hurts to say this, but Rebirth felt like another letdown. The creativity behind the D-Rex's design is actually incredible. It looks like something out of a nightmare, clearly influenced by sci-fi horror aesthetics like Alien. But when you barely let the audience experience it, what's the point? Why waste such a unique creature on a glorified cameo? What makes it worse is that the movie spends way too much time on a random subplot involving a family trying to survive out at sea. Like, why are we focusing so much on these new characters when the whole selling point of the movie was this monstrous hybrid dinosaur? That time could have been spent giving the D-Rex an actual presence in the story, maybe even its own terrifying sequence, like the Raptors or the Indominus got in previous films. And it's not just me saying this. Fans have been pointing it out online on Reddit, in YouTube comments, everywhere. People noticed that most of the D-Rex scenes were already in the trailer. It was basically a copy-paste situation. And reviewers have called the movie out for exactly that, overhyping the creature and then giving it barely any screen time. At this point, Universal needs to realize something. You can't keep banking on nostalgia and cool-looking dinosaur designs if you're not going to actually deliver on them. The original Jurassic Park worked not just because of the dinosaurs, but because it built tension, it made us care, and when the T-Rex finally showed up, it felt earned. Here, it felt like a rushed afterthought. In the end, the D-Rex could have been iconic. It could have been the next big bad of the franchise. Instead, it was a flashy trailer moment used and discarded. And for fans like me, that's the real disappointment. It's not just about one dinosaur. It's about the missed opportunity. About how Universal had all the right ingredients to finally make Jurassic World terrifying again, to bring something new to the table, and instead, they played it safe. Again, as a fan who grew up with this franchise, who still gets chills hearing that iconic theme music, it's tough to see it fall into the trap of empty spectacle. I wanted to walk out of the theater talking about how terrifying and awesome the D-Rex was. Instead, I left thinking, wait, that was it? Now I know some of you might be thinking that, hey, maybe all hope isn't lost, maybe Rebirth was just setting the stage, but honestly, I'm not holding my breath. It's hard to get excited when something with so much potential gets reduced to a glorified trailer cameo. Still, if there is a next time, maybe they'll do it right. Maybe we'll get the battle we all imagined, D-Rex versus Rexy. The terrifying new monster against the iconic original queen of Isla Nublar, a real clash of titans. But at this point, it feels more like wishful thinking than something I can count on. Because truthfully, this franchise hasn't felt the same in a long time. The wonder, the tension, the awe, it's all fading. Movie after movie, it's like the soul of Jurassic Park is being buried under marketing gimmicks and half-baked ideas. And I say that as someone who still wants to believe, who still remembers what it felt like seeing that T-Rex step out of the paddock for the first time. I want that feeling again. I want these films to mean something again. So if the D-Rex is coming back, I hope they don't waste it. Not again. Bring back the dinosaurs. Bring back the fear. Bring back the magic before it's too late. Well, that's all from my side. Tell me in the comments, did you like the new movie? And what do you think? Will the D-Rex return, or is this the last we'll see of him? See you in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.